Hey there, true believers. I wanted to take a look at this Marvel Legends Modular Ironman, so let's get into it. Alright guys, I think this dude is pretty badass. I've had him for a couple of days now. I've had him up on the shelf. I've been messing around with him. I think he's pretty cool. This is the first Marvel Legends figure that I've had without the pins, the pinless technology, and I think he's pretty cool. Now, the actual design for Iron Man here isn't something that I particularly had any attachment to. I don't dislike it. I don't think it's my favorite. I think it's a little odd that his chest muscles are a little bit more defined than maybe his leg muscles. I think that's a bit weird, but I still like the design of it. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty cool. My favorite design for comic book Iron Man is probably got to be the original or maybe the Extremis armor. I'm probably not going to pick up any of the classic Iron Mans from Marvel Legends because I plan on getting the one from Mafex. Not the 80 years or the hologram one. I do want to get the stealth armor, though. The one that's in this wave. I do plan on getting that. Unfortunately, it is sitting somewhere in the Walmart that I work, but I can't get it because somebody hid it, which is a bit unfortunate. But as for this guy, he's pretty cool. The paintwork on this guy, the plastics, everything that they've done, pretty much everything here that has a color is molded in that color. Apart from the belt and the knee pads, all of these gold areas are all separate pieces. Like I said, besides the belt and right here. The faceplate, the shoulders, the arc reactor, all of this is all its own plastic. Now the gold has been painted. It looks like this probably wasn't, but the torso, all that was painted. But everything that has a specific color was painted or was molded in that color, including the blue eyes, which is pretty cool. And the proportions on this guy it's pretty incredible from what I've seen, compared to what I've seen from other Marvel Legends figures. He's got some nice wide shoulders, which is something that I'm a big fan of. One of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of this figure is because he has puny shoulders. And yes, that's how I feel about that figure. I don't like it all that much. But this guy is pretty good. His arms are a good height. His legs are a good height. Everything about him's got pretty good proportions. Maybe his head could be slightly bigger. If you wanted to get that, if you wanted to have a bit more accuracy, but overall it looks pretty good. It's a comic book style Iron Man. It makes sense for his head to be slightly smaller. That's how they draw comic book superheroes. But in the real world, his helmet should be a little bit bigger. But you know what? Who gives a crap? Because it looks pretty cool. But for his articulation, he's got some pretty good articulation, though it may be standard in some eyes. I don't know why I said it like that, but anyway, it's pretty cool. We've got some, his head goes up this far. It goes down this far. Get some rotation in there. Get a little bit of attitude, not much. But he also has a neck joint that kind of swivel. So, it doesn't really do anything more than that. I mean, it kind of wobbles forward, but it doesn't, like, hold his position or anything. So that was a bit of an odd choice. The shoulders go up very nice. You get past your T-joint. Arm rotation. Butterfly. Bicep swivel. Get some double jointed elbows. Wrist move side to side and forward and back. Very nice. Get some ab crunch in there. Very sharp. Waist swivel. His legs move out this far. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize his legs move out that far. They come up this much. They start to kick out a little bit, and they go back that far. Not really all that much. Thigh swivel, which this piece actually kind of covers it, which is pretty cool. It's a cool idea. Double jointed knees. Boot rotation, but it's at a slight angle, so be careful with your posing because it might look a little bit weird. Now, this is the only part of the figure that I've had some trouble with. This is the ankles. I can't get him to stand how I'd like to because the ankles are really stiff. You can see how it kind of like goes from here and then it jumps forward. There's no in between. It's not moving right now. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like jumping. It gets some ankle pivot. But the overall look of this guy is pretty badass. And the articulation is very good on it. The articulation that he has. Very cool. He's got some other accessories here. We get some of these blue blast effects. It would have been cool to get maybe 4. Or maybe if they give us a new set for the hands and feet, just to give us something that looks a little bit different. And then we get these awesome, very exaggerated repulsor blast hands, which does have the hinge, which I've noticed that some of the more recent comic book Ironmans have been missing. I think even some of the movie Ironmans have been missing it. I'm not entirely sure on that, but this guy is pretty cool. If you want to get a little bit of a size comparison, I've noticed that I got like this dip right here. Like there's a little bit of plastic missing. You can see how this one looks a lot cleaner than that one. I don't know what's going on right there. That's one of the only really quality control issues that I've noticed besides the ankles. But if you want a little bit of a size comparison going on, here is a face-off, Toy Biz face-off unmasked Captain America. I've thrown on this Infinity War head on there because it's the only head that really looks good on there that I'm not currently using for something else. And here is your retro card Spidey. Looks pretty good. This is also a werewolf cap shield that has been battle damaged. I originally had these kind of blast effects bouncing off of it as like a bullet effect, but I had since taken that off. Sorry about that cut, guys. What I was saying was I plan on repainting that. Anyway, I don't know why the camera cut out. One more size comparison. You can see here he is compared to a comic book style Wolverine figure. That one's a work in progress. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, true believers.